another session of our 10 by 10. So 10 exercises and 10 reps of each. I'm Sam, I'm one of the physios here from Ball Sports. I've met a few of you, but a lot I'm yet to meet. Today we're going to just work on some thoracic mobility and strength work. There's one exercise that I'll give you a couple of options to do. It's up to you, so we might end up doing a couple more of those exercises rather than just the 10. If you have a foam roller, grab the foam roller, and if you have a little bit of TheraBand, grab that as well. We will need that. To start with, we're going to begin on the mat, on your hands and knees, just for a gentle cat-cow stretch here. So have your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. And to start with, push through the hands, drop the head down and tuck that tailbone under for a nice stretch here. And then lead with the tailbone, slowly start to extend up towards the roof and then take that movement through the spine until you start to pull your chest bone forward through your arms and start to extend the head. Now start from the head, tuck the chin under. And then we're just going to reverse that curl. So just trying to segmentally move through the spine, making it an active movement and not just dumping into that low back. Reaching up, tuck the head, come under, and just keep going through here at your own pace. If you're enjoying that extension stretch, you might like to stay there. If you really like this push through and whip through the shoulder blades, stay here, tuck under. Just explore the range of movement that your body has as you go. Remember, with any sort of stretch, you don't want to try to get all of your range with the first 1 or 2. You want to move through it, which is why we're doing 10. Coming back up. You can breathe out as you round. That sometimes helps to really get that movement. And breathing in as you extend. We have a couple more each way. Shouldn't be too difficult, just moving, getting our bodies going. And back to that neutral position. From here, we're going to go into everybody's favourites, some book openings. I'm only going to do 5 each side. When you're doing it at home, you might want to do 10, 8 to 10 to 12 each side, entirely up to you. I don't have a cushion here. You can pop a towel underneath your head or a pillow if you like. Have your hips stacked on top of each other and your arms on top of each other here as well. From here, lift that top arm up towards the roof. Try to keep your hips stacked on top of each other and just take that arm open. Now, I don't have the room here with the wall. I'll wiggle myself over in a minute. And then coming back up. I'm just going to come forward to readjust myself here. Again, lifting that arm up and over. Now, with our book openings, we want to try to, don't allow the arm to drop down here. Just then engage, almost pull on the bicep tendon. You want to come to about 70 degrees or higher here. And then coming back up and over. Couple more like this. Hold that if you'd like to. You can take a breath in and breathe out. Feel the lungs deflate and feel yourself get a little bit more rotation through that thoracic spine. And coming back over. And again, up. Again, you can take that breath if you want to, or you can just hold. And coming back. And I'm just going to go on to the other side to show you a couple of other things you can do with your book openings as well. You may just give me a little bit more room. So onto your side here again, hips are on top of each other, coming up and open. Now from here, what you can do if you like is take this arm that's open around over your head and back to the start position. What that does is it just works through the whole pec, and we can reverse that by bringing the arm around over our head, opening up, palm towards the roof, and just feel where you're tightest. So I feel quite tight there, so this is where I would hold, and I would do a little bit of a breath in and out. You might find you're tighter further down or further up. It's all very dependent on the individual. Again, if you feel like your, excuse me, your hips are moving, you can straighten that top leg out. That will anchor you a little bit more, lifting up and coming over. And here, not only will you get a stretch in your pec, but you get a little bit of a stretch in that low back through that QL area as well. And if that's something that you feel you need, then go ahead and do that. If your back doesn't like that, of course, you would just stack the knee on top. And just one more here, coming up and over. So you'll see I've just done 5 each side, but as I said, 8 to 10 to 12 or however many feel good for you is fine. Coming now onto our tummy here and just do some back bracing. Again, you can place a small cushion rolled up towel underneath your forehead if you'd like to. Again, I'm not going to do that today. I'm just popping my forehead on the floor and my hands are down by my side. So I've called this back bracing. I have a feeling that a lot of girls in here also call it dart. So this dart's all back bracing. It's quite interchangeable. From here, I want you to just think about engaging that lower tummy gently and just opening up through the chest. So it's almost like you're trying to slide your right shoulder blade into your left back pocket and your left shoulder blade into your right back pocket. And just giving a little bit of a squeeze between the shoulder blades and feeling width through the front of the chest. You might just want to hold here, or alternatively, you can just tuck that chin gently and lift the head off of the floor just slightly. Now, our third progression here is just lifting the arms slightly off of the floor and holding. Again, I'm not grabbing with my glutes, my tummy's nice and strong. And then lower down, completely relax through there. So we'll do 9 more of these. Opening up through the chest. Lift the head up if you feel you can. Now, when I'm lifting, I'm not poking the chin there at all. I'm just literally almost making a double chin and then lift the hands up off of the floor and hold. And lowering down. Relax completely, which in itself feels lovely. Open up through the chest. Head comes up, arms come up, and holding there. Lowering down. If you had some light weights, you could hold some light weights in your hands as you lift as well if you felt the need. Open up through the chest, tummy's nice and strong. Retract that chin, and then lift the arms up and hold. Lowering down. Breath in, breathe out, and open the chest again. So really think wide through the front, shoulders are up towards the ears, head comes up, hands come up, and hold here. So when you're holding here, just think about the muscles that are working. It should be the ones lower down between the shoulder blades and lower down. We have 5 more. Opening up again. Head comes up. Hands come up and hold. So you should be feeling a little bit of work happening now. Down you go. And again, the hold can be anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7, 8 seconds. Opening up through the chest. Head comes up and arms come up. If you're using weights and you're looking for a little bit more strength work, then you would hold for a little bit longer. If you're just looking for that placing and hold, down we go. Then you might hold for a little bit shorter amount of time. Opening up again. It comes up, hands come up. And down we go. And we have 2 more. Open up again. Feel that width. Head comes up, arms come up. So you should feel a little bit of work happening there. And down. You shouldn't feel too much going on through your arms. That is the one thing that you want to try to be a little bit aware of. Open up through the chest, head comes up, hands come up, and I'm really lifting my hands through the strength of my shoulder blades here, not my arms, triceps. And down we go. Relaxing there. So from here now, we're just going to go into what we call a Y hold. So I'll wriggle myself down. I would like your arms at about a 45-degree angle here. Again, your head is down slightly here. Now, have your palms facing down, and from here, I'd like you to rotate the arms until your thumbs are pointing up towards the roof. From here, you're drawing those shoulder blades back and down together slightly, as we were with the back bracing, so very, very similar movement. And then you're going to lift the arms off of the floor. Thumbs are up towards the roof. Now this is much harder than your back bracing. And lower down, relax. Turn the palms back in. And then again here, you're going to rotate the thumbs up towards the roof. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. And then lift and hold. Now I'm not coming particularly high up off of the ground, you will see that, but I am drawing down with my shoulder blades the whole time and lowering down and relax. This is quite a difficult one, so you may find the first time you do this, you're going to do 5 reps, so every second one is absolutely fine. Thumbs towards the roof, draw the blades down, coming up and hold. This is number 3. And down, relax completely. And then from here, reach the arms forward just slightly, thumbs towards the roof, draw the shoulder blades down and lift. And down. The other thing to watch for here is that your upper traps, so the ones shoulders on the muscles on top of your shoulders, aren't doing all the work. Thumbs up towards the roof, draw the shoulder blades down and hold. And down. Definitely getting some work happening now. Reach those arms forward, thumbs towards the roof, external rotate out, draw down and lift. Now if you wanted to, you could lift the head slightly as well. Again, that just adds a little bit more work. And down. We have 4 more. Reach forward, thumbs to the roof, slide down, lift and lift that head. Again, we're not lifting super high here. And when I'm here, shoulders aren't towards the ears, they're away from the ears and drawing down and lower down. Relax, 3 more, reach the arms forward, draw the shoulder blades down, thumbs to the roof and lift, and the head will come up if you choose to. And 2 more. Draw down, thumbs up, lift, head comes up, tummy's nice and strong. We're not dumping into that back. So keep the back nice and long. And down. And reach again. Draw down, thumbs up and lift, and head if you like, and hold. And down, relax. Good, so you should have felt a little bit more work happening there between the shoulder blades. We've got 1 more blade work now, blade activity now, and then we'll do a little bit more of a stretch. So you can choose to use the foam roller here if you have one, or you can choose just to have your hands on the floor, entirely up to you. I'll show you hands first and then we'll go into the foam roller, which is fairly self-explanatory. Palms start facing down on the floor and forehead again is down. You don't need anything under your head here with this one. What we'd like to do is reach the arms forward, draw the shoulder blades down, again rotate those thumbs up towards the roof, and you're just going to start to lift the head and chest up slightly. Now again, my tummy's super strong here, so I'm not dumping into my back. I'm supporting that lower lumbar spine as I'm here and trying to get that work through the thoracic. And then rolling back down. Reach forward with the arms, draw the shoulder blades down, and up you come again. You can keep the palms down on the floor. Just by externally rotating, it just creates a little bit more range through that shoulder there and doesn't jam into it quite as much. And down you go. Now, if you do have the foam roller, you need just a little bit more shoulder extension range to do this. So just be mindful of your range and know what you're capable of. But you'll reach the arms forward, draw the shoulder blades down, and then just gently lifting up through here. And down. We've just got 7 more. Reach forward. I like to breathe in. You can breathe out as you draw the blades down and just gently lift up into that thoracic. So really thinking about that chest bone pointing forward if you can. There we go. Rotate around, draw the shoulder blades down. Really it's just a movement, this one. We don't need to work too hard. There's lots of add-ons that you can put onto this, but we're not going to do that today because we're just trying to focus really on that thoracic spine and thoracic mobility. We just have 5 more. So coming up. So you're either on the floor, on the roller, entirely up to you. Just try to get that nice reach with the shoulders and then draw down with the shoulder blades. Trying to get some movement through there because movement through the shoulder encourages movement through that thoracic spine. And we have 2 more. Drawing down. And last one, reach forward. And up. We come. Lovely work. So now we're just going to have a little bit of a stretch after that. So you can choose to sit either on your knees if that feels okay. You can high sit or you can sit on a chair or you can sit cross-legged. I quite like sitting cross-legged for this if you're capable or if you have the range. I feel it just gives you a little bit more of a stretch through there, through the side. So let's start with our left hand out to the side, just resting a little bit away from your hip. Right arm will come up and over. Imagining here that you're between 2 panes of glass. With this right hand, you reach up. So I don't want the elbow bent. Reach up, palm is down. Let the left arm drop down slightly and hold here. You can have a couple of breaths. You'll feel that slowly working to the side. If your neck doesn't like this, just look down. And then bring this arm up and over. Right arm places onto the ground. Bend that right elbow. Left arm comes up. And again, keep that arm nice and straight. And reach through that side. And it is quite normal to have one side feel a little bit tighter than the other. Again, we're just going to do 5 each side. You will do 10. Holding here. Coming back over. And holding. Now this next one, I'm going to mix it up just a little bit for you. I quite like reaching over to the side with that right arm. Now with that right arm, reach forward as you come around. Allow the left arm to follow and then open up to the side. So we're just getting a little bit more movement through the spine as we go. Reach for that left arm. Place it on the floor. Right arm follows. And then open up into that lovely twist. Reaching again. Now again, you don't have to do this. You can just do the side bend and hold. Just depends on what feels good for you at the time. Just giving you some options and some progressions if you choose to do this program a few times. It's always nice to mix it up. I think that's fine. We'll just do one more on each side and hold. Now again here, you can take a breath in, breathe out, and get a little bit more of a stretch. With anything with the ribs, a little bit of a breath in and a breath out will also encourage that. Breathe in, breathe out, and relax here. Now, if you do have some TheraBand, grab that now, please. You can pineal, stand, whatever works for you. I'm going to stand up here now. So we're going to go into a little bit of standing in a minute. Have your palms facing up and about shoulder width apart here. Keep your elbows in by your side and think about here, instead of being forward with the shoulders, try to lift your shoulders up over the heel and halfway down the other side. Now you'll feel with that you automatically get a really nice lengthening through those collarbones as you do that. Palms are facing up, elbows are in. Just take the TheraBand out to the side slightly. You'll notice here I'm trying to keep my elbows in by my side. I'm not letting them drift out this way, so just keep them in as close as you can. When you're here, you should feel a beautiful length through the collarbones, and you should still work between the shoulder blades. Now, keep that work between the shoulder blades as the arms come back to that start position. And then go again. I like to hold for 1 or 2 counts so you can feel what's happening between the blades. And come back in. Out again. And come back in. Now, another thing you might want to do, you might find yourself, after we've done 4 now, you might find yourself starting to fatigue slightly. If that's the case, give yourself a little bit of a rest and reset and go again. You don't have to do 10 in a row. We don't want to compromise the quality of the movement. So sometimes a little bit of a rest and a reset allows you then to slowly build that strength as you go. Coming back, I think that's 3 more. Opening up, feeling that width, feeling that work. You will feel a little bit of work through the arms with this, but you want to really focus between the shoulder blades as much as is possible. And that's number 10. Pop your TheraBand down now, and if you have a wall, I'd like you to lean yourself against the wall. Hopefully you can see, or you can see here a little bit. So my feet are a fair way away from the wall. My knees are just soft, so they're not, my quads aren't doing much work at all. From here, I am going to just tuck my tailbone under and flatten my back as much as I possibly can against the wall here. Now, you'll notice, or you may be able to see that, and when I do that, my shoulders come forward a little bit. That's okay, that's just my thoracic is really quite stiff at the moment, generally, I must say. So tucking under, back against the wall, and then from here, you want to try to keep that nice connection with your lower lumbar spine and lower thoracic against the wall. So there's a little bit of work happening here. And then just lifting the arms up and overhead as far as you can without coming off of the wall. So you can see here, my arms do not hit the wall, and then I come back down. However, we should hopefully see my arms get further as we go. So there's a lot going on through my tummy here to try to keep me in. I'm pushing through my feet slightly as well, and I'm not coming off the wall. That is the key. So I'm not, as I'm coming up, letting myself arch to get there. Tucking under, we've got, this is number 4. Look at that, getting there already. It's not too bad. 5, but as you can hear, when my arms are above my head, it is actually hard for me to talk because there's a lot going on. So I'm really trying to just push that range. Shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It just should feel like it doesn't want to go. And that's okay. So there's no pain here. There's no discomfort. It's just like, oh, I'm stuck. So we're just nudging that range gently. I think that's 3 more. I'm not very good at counting, unfortunately. And down. And up. And there we go. And I'm nearly there. I'm nearly at the wall. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get there. It's hard to do. And then coming down. That's quite a nice one. So you feel work between the shoulders. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll one way and the other way. You might even like to just do a bit of a hang forward just to let that move after doing that. And let's come back down onto the floor now for just some pelvic rolls. And we'll add a little bit of overhead arms to this as well. So onto your back, feet are flat on the floor here. Hands are by your side to start with. You might even want to take a couple of minutes here or a couple of seconds, just feel how your thoracic is now back against the floor while you're on the floor. I know my thoracic is quite awake now, and I feel like I can feel a little bit of activity happening through there, a little bit of warmth. So keep those big toes heavy into the floor just gently and weight through your heels. You're going to just gently and slowly tuck that tailbone under, scooping through that lower tummy. So make your tummy work a little bit here. Glutes will work as you slowly peel yourself off of the floor, one vertebra at a time, until you're in a nice high bridge position. Take a breath in here and then think about dropping down through the chest first, keeping the bottom quite nice and high as much as you can. And again, we're just trying to place one vertebra at a time back down onto the floor. And right. Tuck that tailbone up again, under again, and slowly peel up here. Hold at the top. And then drop down through that chest. Now, as I drop through the chest, I'm not rounding through the shoulders at all. I'm trying to keep them nice and soft on the ground. And I'm trying to really feel that my tummy and my glutes are helping to create that mobility through the spine. Tucking under again. Peeling all the way up to that bridge. Now here, if you want to, you can lift your arms up, place them overhead and back onto the ground. And from here now, try to come down through that thoracic area. And this will feel a little bit tighter, very similar and a nice little progression after the work we've done on the wall just before. So taking that tailbone under, peeling. Lift the arms up and overhead if you'd like to. And then lower down slowly here. So you'll see I am taking my time. It is a slow and controlled movement. You will find that you get a little bit of glute going on here. You should feel that your tummy and your glutes are doing a bit of work. So the body is working whilst we're trying to encourage some of that thoracic spine mobility here. Your choice whether you want the arms overhead or not, entirely up to you. We've got 4 more. Peeling up. You might find as you take your arms overhead that as you come down, your arms start to come off the floor. Again, that is absolutely fine. It's just telling you that your thoracic spine is a little bit stiff, not a problem. I think we will find at the moment that the majority of Melbourneians, or probably let's say the eastern seaboard of Australia, has a somewhat stiff and uncomfortable thoracic spine. Nice control. We just have 1 more, maybe 2 more. Arms overhead, rolling down. Do 1 more just in case I ripped you off. And then the last one, peeling up. Take the arms overhead if you want to. Leave the arms by the side. Rolling down. And now, just straighten the legs out. Lift the arms up overhead. And from here, Just pull your toes back towards your nose, reach your arms away and enjoy that stretch. And then relax. Pull the toes back, reach the arms up. And relax. And just one more of these. Pull the toes back, reach the arms up. And relax. Bring your legs back up now into that bridge position. I'm going to get you to take your hips over to the right. Now, from here, you can, if you'd like to, cross your left leg over your right leg. Yes, you can cross your left leg over your right leg, or you can leave your legs down, entirely up to you. And you're going to cactus your arms. So your arms will be 90 degrees at the shoulders, 90 degrees at the elbows. If you can't do that, just have your arms straight out by your side. If you can cactus, cactus. And then you're just going to take your knees over to the left. Now this is quite a big stretch here, and you can look to the right, and we're just going to hold here for 5 breaths. If you don't like the legs crossed over, you can just stack on top of each other. That's just a little bit more gentle. So entirely up to you what you do and what feels good for you. A couple more breaths. And just enjoy that whole spinal twist after the work you've done through that thoracic spine. Use your tummy to bring the legs back up to that start position. Have the legs your feet just hip width apart. And now move your hips to the left. And again, you can take your right foot over your left and come down to the right. Or you can have your legs just together and come over to the right that way with the arms cactus. And again, quite normal to feel one side a little bit tighter than the other. Again, with any of these holds, you shouldn't feel any sort of pain or discomfort. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just try to let go. Just work out what's tight, what's holding you back, and see if with the breath out you can let go of that. And then coming back up. So for these ones, I will do 5 breaths each side, and I will count that as 10 reps, and then you can do as many as you like. So looking for 10 each side if you can, 5 each side if you can. The idea behind these 10 exercises, 10 reps, is that it's your choice. So you can decide to do 1 set, or you can do 2 sets, or you can slowly build yourself up to 5 or 6 sets, or you can try to do 10 sets of 10 exercises, 10 reps each. Let us know how you go. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again.